I think there's a growing awareness that there's a need for a lot of different types of intervention. And as team coaching as a profession slowly starts to develop, people are realizing that you need a different coach, perhaps a different intervention for a different kind of impact. I'll give you an example. If a client's wanting a piece of work where they say, we've got a team who are newly formed, they don't know each other very well, and they really need some time together to get to know each other, to get to know who each person is, and to make some agreements about how they're going to work together. Well, actually, that's not team coaching. That's classic team development, team building. It's the same piece of work that people have been doing for 20, 30 years. And you as a coach can be flexible about the tools that you put into that, tools for generating awareness, tools for helping people get to know each other. But basically, you can have a facilitated workshop that's pre-designed, that's run over a day or two, and you wheel it out every time. And the team will rock up and will participate in that workshop. And what they'll come away with is a better understanding of each other and who they're wanting to be as a team. So it's foundational stuff. It's a forming part of a team. It's facilitated, pre-planned work. Then you have team consulting. I've been called up to help address issues with a team. I was once asked to work with a team in financial services and banking, where two teams had come together, and the CFO had ended up with a team of something like 17 or 18 people. And the CFO was saying, team meetings are so frustrated. I seem to be the only one who's speaking. Other people are not speaking up. We don't feel like one team. Can you do some work with us to address it? And actually, in my view, that wasn't a great opportunity for team coaching. The CFO really needed to think through the team design, because if you really want people to have a conversation and think together and every voice to count, so that you really leverage the collective intelligence of a team of 17 does not make that very possible. It would slow every conversation down. When I see a lot of teams work in meetings, they structure their meetings into 10-minute blocks. If you've got 10-minute blocks to process an interesting challenge, make a decision on it, you're not going to get 17 voices heard. So that was a piece of team consulting and a piece of team design. And then you have classic facilitation. Facilitation is great when there's what we call an instrumental outcome. So let's say as a team, they really need to look forth and get aligned around a new vision. I was once asked to work with the top team and trustees of a charity who were unable to agree on their vision. The chief exec had convened several 2-day workshops over the previous year, and they'd still been able to not to align around a vision. So I was called upon to go and help. They didn't need team coaching. What they needed was artful facilitation to smooth the process out, to get them to alignment. I had 2 days. My goal was to get them to alignment. So I'm there, I'm smoothing out tensions, I'm giving them structures and processes for decision making, and getting them through the goalposts at the end of the 2 days. And that work needs an artful facilitator. The work of a coach is different, because let's stay with that same example of a team who needs to get a vision. If the goal of an intervention is to get the work done, to get a vision done, then facilitation is perfect, as I've said. However, if the goal is for the team to learn and to develop the capacity in themselves to work through and come to an aligned vision in the future, basically to process and align around decisions again and again and again, then that's great landscape for team coaching, because we're now into team dynamics, we're now into team reflexivity, we're now into supporting the team, into looking at how they interact. So the attention's less on getting through the goalpost, getting the vision done, and more on the learning of the team to build their capacity to do that in the future. So hopefully when you think about it that way, you can see the value of each different type of intervention, and there's a place for it, but that team coaching has a very specific role in growing the capacity of the team to meet the complexity and needs that are going to come over the hill at them in the future.